Hello world, you're watching 80s Music Twin Ranked. I'm Joel.
And I'm Chris.
And today we're doing Don Henley, our
Third drummer singing drummer, he's called on the internet.
singing drummer, yes.
They say he's the fourth richest singing drummer.
Okay.
The first one is, can you guess?
Phil Collins.
No.
No?
Phil Collins is number 2.
Okay.
The richest singing drummer is Ringo Starr.
Oh, it's...
Of course, he's the Beatles, so.
Yeah, but did he put anything out in the 80s?
He did Act Naturally in Yellow Submarine.
But did he do anything in the 80s?
No, but he does have some songs.
Okay. But nothing, no big hits, nothing I remember. And I actually went out and got his greatest hits at the library, listened to him.
I'm talking about Ringo Starr.
Ringo Starr. Got his greatest hits, listened to everything. I'm like...
You probably know 2 of them, maybe.
Maybe I knew 2, but vaguely.
Yeah, the 16.
Vaguely.
She's 16 and beautiful, and she's mine.
Yeah, that
one's about as biggest, I think.
Okay, so trivia for you.
No song? Did you hear that one?
Trivia for you. Okay. Now, first I want to set this up by saying we've known the rankings of the artists we're going through for months. Okay. The order we're going through, he ranked artists, I ranked artists. We combined them. That's our ranking. We're doing them in order. Okay, so we didn't plan this. Okay, so a couple weeks ago we did Tom Petty.
Right.
Next we'll reveal it. Next week we're doing Kenny Loggins. Today we're doing Don Henley. Tell me what they have in common.
Don Henley and Kenny Loggins.
And Tom Petty, yes.
You know when somebody's put on, this might be horrible.
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh.
In game shows, that'd be horrible because.
So last week our tie together from Night Ranger and Huey Lewis was Michael J. Fox. They all have a person tied together.
Okay, yeah.
You can't guess it?
Not offhand because Tom Cruise.
Nope.
Because Don Henley put a song out for Color Money.
Right, and Kenny Loggins had
Top Gun.
But what did Tom Petty have of Tom Cruise? Tom? His name! They're both Tom. Okay, that's not it. No, the tie-in is they all had a song of a duet with Stevie Nicks.
Oh, yeah.
And they're all just a couple weeks ago, and then next week this week. So Stop Dragging Your Heart Around was for Tom Petty.
Don Henley
had Leather and Lace. Both of those songs were on Belladonna. Her
Kenny Loggins is Anytime You Need a Friend?
No, Whenever You Need a Friend, right. And that was on his second album called Night Watch or something like that.
Okay.
All right, so that's the tie-in.
All right, now let me finish my singing drummers. So Ringo Starr is the wealthiest, and then you got Phil Collins next because he was solo career.
You said Don Henley was number 4.
Don Henley's number 4. Okay. The third one, and I'm surprised Don Henley didn't beat him, but David Grohl. Because he was the drummer for Nirvana.
And
he didn't sing for Nirvana, but he sings.
But Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, yeah, it's his band.
They're still considering him a drummer and his
singing. Yeah. So. Now I would not put him on the list because he's not singing while playing drums like the others do. So.
Yes, and here's the other thing. Based on our list behind us, you can tell he didn't put out very many albums.
Yeah.
Had he put out more albums, maybe he would have passed him. Maybe, but I'm gonna take a guess on why he did that. If you remember the Eagles chart, their first 5 albums, every year they were putting out an album. Then they had a gap in the long run, right? So he gets a solo career. What does he do? He has gaps in between, like years between each, except for the first and second. Only 1 year where they didn't put out an album. So he staggered his. Interestingly, Glenn Frey also did the same thing. 5 albums staggered.
Right? Not as good. I don't think his albums were as good.
No. But you know what? He had the higher ranked hits. He had 2 songs. Glenn Frey had 2 songs that hit number 2.
Probably Heat Is On and Smuggler's Blues.
And You Belong to the Sea.
Okay. That was higher? Wow.
Both of them were hit number 2. None of them had a number 1. I forget what his highest.
Number 3 was Dirty Laundry.
So that's
Boys of Summer was number 5.
Yeah, and do you hear any other songs of Don Henley's besides Dirty Laundry?
I just heard
Boys of Summer. Boys of Summer.
Last week, when I was at work, I heard All She Wants to Do Is Dance. Now, I hadn't heard it for a long time before then, but No.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, the first out, I want to, even though it's crap, not great, I want to hear "I Can't Stand Still" on the radio, because you never hear it,
Yeah,
and you can't find a video on it.
Right.
So
It's not a good song.
so what? The Eagles break. Eagles, not the Eagles. Eagles break up in '79 after the long run. Well, actually '80, because a hit actually came out in the '80s, right? So they break up. Glenn Frey and Don Henley both put out their debut singles and debut albums in '82, right? He puts out "I Can't Stand Still." What was Glenn Frey's?
All Nighter?
No,
The All Nighter?
No Fun Allowed.
No Fun Allowed. Okay, All Nighter was the second one, but the first one had. Did it have The One You Love?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. So it did have a slow hit. He didn't have as many hits on his. Yeah, so we'll get to Glenn Frey when we get to him.
Yeah, and they got Sexy Girl was up there. I know which album that was on.
That was on the next one, the All Nighter.
All Nighter, okay.
Yeah. So he puts out his first album, supposedly has 3 hits. Johnny Can't Read, which was supposed to be controversial.
Leather and Lace.
Came before his debut.
Before
You're right.
he was dating Stevie Nicks at the time.
You're right. And I read that they had a kid together and she had an abortion.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So technically she didn't have a kid.
Also, I would believe, I know it says in the Wikipedia for Don Henley he's a Democrat. I would assume Stevie Nicks is also a Democrat.
Probably.
Actually, anybody in the entertainment industry, you have to be or you get canceled.
You know what I had to look up, and you go to her Wikipedia page, she's saying, I'm not. I used to hear that she was a witch, and hearsay, she wear black all the time.
And she was an American Horror Story,
and I'm thinking,
the Coven
Yeah,
series.
I'm thinking that's interesting. Don Henley had a song with the Eagles.
Witchy Woman.
Was that about her?
No.
And then she says, "No, I'm not."
They probably weren't dating at that
No,
point,
they weren't. She was still with Fleetwood Mac, and Lindsey Buckingham was dating.
Maybe she really liked the song, and that's why they got together.
I don't know. Maybe that's why they broke up. People think I'm a witch now because of you. So yeah, that was his first song outside the Eagles with her. And then the 3 songs. Never hear the. You Better Hang Up. You'll never hear that on the radio.
He also, I saw this also. He dated a Bond girl, Louis Childs from Windbreaker.
Okay, good choice. One of the better Bond girls, I think, even though Moonraker wasn't that great of a movie.
You can say the Maud Adams is up there because she was in 2 movies.
Right.
So
Yeah. So Don Henley has his tentacles into everybody too, right? So you think he's dating her, and she was still technically in Fleetwood Mac, right?
Yeah.
She had just dated
Lindsey Buckingham. She
Lindsey
just broke
Buckingham
up when she started dating.
and
him.
yet even with the breakup, Fleetwood Mac still went on with both those in the band. You wonder how that worked out. I mean, Rumors actually was a pretty good album, even though they just broke up. Here's all our hits because of this tension. That he still had Lindsey Buckingham playing on his CD, even though he was dating Stevie Nicks, which had to be awkward, right?
Yeah.
And then he was in the Eagles. Joe Walsh
he played
the first guitar solo.
2 guitar solos in one song.
Now, why do you need 2 people? Why can't? Although Night Ranger had 2 lead guitarists, right?
Yeah.
They could have did that too.
And both guitar solos are different.
Who was the second guy?
I didn't look up his name, but it was a different guitarist. That's all I
It's
know.
not-
It wasn't Joe
Danny
Walsh.
Korchmer is a producer. He also plays something. I don't know what he played though. But Don Henley used a lot of artists.
Yeah.
He used the Belinda. Now I don't know which one. I couldn't tell you which song it was for. Like, once we get to Building the Perfect Beast, he added a bunch of people. I mentioned Tom Petty dated, or no, he didn't date Stevie Nicks, right? So Tom Petty didn't date Stevie Nicks. Kenny Loggins never dated Stevie Nicks. Don Henley did, and he had the crappiest song out of the 3. Leather and Lace. It sounds like a lullaby with those weird keyboards.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that?
Nowhere.
So we just did Tom Petty. Building the Perfect Beast, he used the Heartbreakers. He didn't use Tom Petty, but he used the Heartbreakers throughout the music.
Right, and I told you Boys of Summer was... I read this too. Don Henley, Boys of Summer, Mike Campbell wrote the music. Don Henley wrote the lyrics. I thought the lyrics were the first, and then you put the music behind it. I guess not.
Well, if you look at that video, all she wants to do is dance. They showed some of the band. That drummer, you can tell, is the Heartbreaker.
Well, it was a hallucination at the end. It shows that it's a jukebox playing.
Oh, so none of that happened.
Yeah, that's imagination.
By the way, that song has a pretty good horn section too.
Yeah, and a saxophone solo.
And a saxophone
and two zombies there going in circles at the video.
And I don't know that anybody today.
That is a weird song when I listen to it. I'm like, every other line is all she wants to do is dance. So here's the narrative. All she wants to do is dance. Here's the narrative of the story. All she wants to do is dance.
And then the storyline doesn't really have to do with her, right? The stories are. I mean, he's talking about Columbia contraband thing with Reagan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in that video, you also see the guy who plays you called it a
guitar. Yeah, keyboards and like a guitar. You hold it like a guitar. So.
I mean, those are two separate instruments. Playing keyboards, you have to know where your fingers are.
Yeah.
Guitars, that's another whole thing.
The guitar, you're only playing with one hand.
I know.
This one doesn't do anything.
How do you do the keyboard thing and the guitar thing at the same time?
I don't know. Anyways.
I would say the one thing I don't like about Building the Perfect Beast is that they didn't put out a video for Sunset Grill.
Yeah. There's you ever hear the song in front of Sunset Grill that goes into it? A Month of Sundays. That's a haunting song.
Oh, it's slow.
It
doesn't even have drums in it.
No, it's just piano and.
Thought so.
Kind of reminds me of the Eagles. I don't even know if you had this on our list. Do you know the song "Last Resort" with the Eagles? Don Henley sings. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Okay. No, I didn't have that on the.
Because it wasn't released, but I hear it.
Have you heard on the radio?
Yeah, I've heard that on the radio.
Never heard that on the radio.
Greatest hits, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Is that why you like Hotel California? That's what it's on, right?
I
think it's on Hotel California.
Yeah, I think so.
Because the Sad Cafe would be... No, Sad Cafe might be on there too.
The greatest hits, the second greatest hits, I thought it was on. But,
yeah, but it was on a previous album too. All right, so he used Belinda Carlisle on Building the Perfect Beast. Randy Newman, I think, played some of the key synthesizers on Sunset Grill. Sunset Grill, by the way, is a restaurant in LA. I always wondered where that was. I looked it up today. Oh, that's where it's located. Okay. So you owned...
I Can't Stand Still in record form.
Right.
And then I had Building a Perfect Beast and End of Innocence in cassette form.
And none of them sound alike.
You're right. Yeah.
I mean, even the first two are
Building a Perfect Beast, the song that's on that album just is like... That will never be on the radio as a single. It's just a weird, kind of all,
It's like a chant almost. Building.
Yeah, it's a weird.
And I think
song.
Patti Smythe, who he did a duet with later, is on background vocals for that song. I think
she was.
So that would be our favorite.
She was. Wow. What was the band? They said the Warrior. Is it the Warrior? Scandal. Yeah. Were they one hit wonder?
No, I think they had two.
Did they have two? Okay.
They had two, but the other one didn't rank. But it's a known.
She had more hits probably solo career.
Goodbye to You, and her duet. So 3 songs you can list.
She the one that was from Akron, or is that?
That was.
Patti Smythe.
Yeah, that was. The one from
Chrissy Hynde.
Chrissy Hynde from the Pretenders, right?
Those two, I think they're like common.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Patti Smythe, her voice is low now. She doesn't even sound like she did when she sang.
Probably because of smoking. I'm just going to say, anybody has a low voice on smoking.
Okay, so how many years passed? It took 5 years for his third one to come up.
It starts with End of Innocence, and Bruce Hornsby plays the piano on that song. I think I mentioned that in a previous video.
Yes, I think you did. And, the top 3 hits are the ones I like probably least. I like
Heart of the Matter and Last Worthless Evening sounds so similar to me.
They do, but
when I hear the beginning, I'm like, which one is this? Until it gets.
I know. And then End of the Innocence. I can't stand that one.
It's too boring. It
is boring.
It's just same with like New York Minute. It's kind of like same. It's just the whole thing. It's just like repeat, repetitive.
Right. Now, supposedly, If Dirt Were Dollars was on the radio. I don't remember ever hearing that.
Yeah, I mean,
But the other one I like, I Will Not Go Quietly.
yeah.
And background vocals, Axl Rose. What do you? That's pretty cool. And they don't look like they were under the same label. That's why that happened. And then a few years later, Don Henley, he was in background vocals on an Aerosmith song called Amazing. Did you know that?
No.
Okay. You don't care.
What did he do?
No,
Did he do the drums or just
No,
vocals?
background vocals.
Okay.
I haven't listened to it since I saw that, but yeah. So it's a weird combination as well, because you wouldn't think people like that. Then again, I didn't think Weird Al and Motley Crue would get together last week, so that was kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
All right, so and
Well, they had before Inside Job. He had his greatest hits. Is that right? Or was that after Inside Job?
Actual Miles. Oh, you know what? I put Taking You Home. That should be Inside Job. That's the song.
Inside Job had Taking You Home and Everything Is Different Now, right?
Right.
Okay, but the greatest hits also it had. You don't know
How
me?
bad do you want it? Or
You don't know me at all, or is that Garden of Allah?
that Garden of Allah and
okay.
How Bad Do You Want It? I believe are the two on that. I should be looking. Garden of Everybody Knows actually.
Okay.
How Bad Do You Want It was
Those songs are never played on the radio, anyways. So.
No. And You Don't Know Me at All, I think, was on that too, but again, not ranked.
Yeah.
But I still had you chart it or rank it.
Yeah.
So, and some of these ones that didn't do as well, I think they were better, and because they have the oddball kind of drums, he was a drummer, so why not have this kind of song?
Yeah, and now his last album was just put out 5 years ago?
6 years.
6 years ago. Cass Country. It's a
Considered
country album.
song because he was from the Eagles. And they started out country, right?
Yeah, and it probably didn't do well. I don't know how well it did, but really, he just waited too long to put an album out. It's kind of like when a movie comes out and your sequel's 20 years later. It's like,
Well, you know
why
what?
did you wait that long?
I saw the rankings of each album. Believe it or not, these later ones, each one was progressively better. Like,
Okay.
like this, I can't stand
Yeah,
saying this.
and you know, all the albums that are put out now, it's different. People don't go out and buy,
Right.
you know, the album at the record store now that everything is online or downloaded or digital.
Yep.
So it's just that's why it's rated different.
Yeah. So,
So
so as far as Weird Al goes,
Weird Al, he has a song. It was on
Off the Deep End, which I owned,
which you owned.
and it was called
When I Was Your Age. Pretty good song.
Yeah, it's supposedly it's a take on Dirty Laundry.
It sounds like Dirty Laundry,
Kinda.
sped up
yeah,
because
but
it's faster.
as far as the topic goes, it's not really.
No, it's just the music sounds sort of like Dirty Laundry, just a little faster. But it's a pretty good song.
I like it.
Where-
Comparisons of stuff. Probably the stuff he compared it to, you couldn't even compare it today. It's probably worse. Of course, that's all of Don Henley's songs. He was political on some of his songs, and even then you could say, different now. Of course, he's got a song, Everything is Different Now. All right, and then soundtrack.
Soundtrack. He gave a song to Fast Transit Regiment. I would think we mentioned that movie before for another of the artists we had.
Probably, and
Don't
which
remember
is funny.
one. It was called Love Rules.
Maybe
So-
that's because he had Life in the Fast Lane. That's why he put Fast Times, Fast Lane.
Okay, he did
Vision
a song.
Quest.
Vision Quest. I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
A song called "Who Owns This Place?"
In Color of Money. Yes.
And of course, the one that everybody would know that was on the radio a lot was
Eric
"Sit
Clapton.
Down, You're Rocking the Boat."
You're talking about his, okay.
"Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat,"
Which was a
is remake of a song from Guys and Dolls,
musical with Marlon Brando.
which is sung a lot faster in the musical.
And I don't know, didn't our high school
Do the Guys and Dolls
did that?
They might
I think
they
so.
might have. Guys and Dolls is what I remember from the musicals. We would actually, we weren't in high school yet, and we'd have
Okay.
field trips over to the high school. We were like in the younger grades.
Right.
We went over there and high school
watch the music.
to watch the
Okay.
musicals the high school was putting together.
Maybe that's what I remember.
Yeah, so and I know that I think How to Succeed in Business Without Even Trying was one of them too. So
Right. Okay. And then he did a
Bye
song.
Bye Birdie, maybe.
Then he did a song from Michael, and the only one, like you said, is "Sit Down, You're Rocking the Boat." That's from Leap of Faith with Steve Martin.
Oh yeah, yeah. And Steve Martin plays the healing preacher.
Supposedly, yeah. So both of them have to do with something evangelical, but shady.
Oh, Michael. Yeah, Michael is an angel.
No, I'm talking about the Guys and Dolls. It's
Oh,
a gambler who's pretending
Okay.
he's like getting all religious and stuff.
Okay.
And Leap of Faith was all these people, and he was a fake preacher, and then he ends up being the one converted because of things
Right.
that happened.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
And no Christmas songs. So of course, they'd have the Eagles Christmas songs.
right? We already mentioned that. Yeah.
Yep.
So that would be their. So if you just want to cross out taking you home, put inside job there. So let's go ahead and get to our top 10.
Top 10.
Since we did. All right, just so you know, before we get to the top 10, 1 year before the greatest hits was put out, actual miles, 1 year is when they had their reunion tour for the Eagles.
Hell Freezes Over.
Freezes Over. And then they didn't put out an album until after 2000. So that didn't cause them to go and make a studio album. That's when they reunited for their tour.
How many times can you use that phrase?
Reunited?
Well, that won't happen until Hell Freezes Over, and then the Eagles got back together, so they put Hell Froze Over. And when somebody else in here says, well, then that happens, Hell Froze Over, like, wait, it already froze over with it out.
Devil's Under. What's up with this climate change? And okay, so climate change doesn't exist. Unless you're talking about,
it does exist. It changes.
it's
all
called
the time.
seasons.
Yeah, it changes all the time.
We're in winter right now. In a few months, it'll be spring. That's the climate change. Okay, so for honorable mention, you lost 3, I lost 2. So the first 5, somebody doesn't like it, and nobody does. All right, the 3 you lost. Taking you home.
I knew you weren't gonna put those on.
Everything is different now.
Anything past this is like gone.
And the Patti Smythe song that was from 92, I think. Sometimes Love Just Ain't Enough. So those 3 songs you didn't get. My 2, I Will Not Go Quietly, which you being a drummer, I'm surprised.
Now I think that's the equivalent of Ed Innocence Building the Perfect Beast.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Because it starts with weird drum patterns.
It's like a time change, like Rush. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's got good drums. How do you not? Now, I don't know where you put that, but enough to knock it out of the top 10.
Yeah.
And then I Can't Stand Still. I put that in my top 10. If anything, just to say I want to hear that on the radio right now. And now the keyboards are kind of dumb, especially the keyboard in the middle. That's the solos that go blah, 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 blah. It's like, I don't know, kind of dumb to me, but it's still in my top 10. All right, so let's get to the 10, and that's on your the greatest hits. It's called The Garden of Allah. I put this as high as number 5. You have this at 18.
Is this where he talks? This is the song.
And that's kind of what I like about it. He's got different tones in his voice. You know, when he's just talking.
He does that in You Don't Know Me at All too.
Does he? Okay, I don't remember that song all the way through.
Where he's like, hey, talking like I used to smoke for 5 years.
Yeah.
Bam! And then he's up here like you know what it is.
Right.
Yeah. So
Now he starts with his own voice, and then he goes to a talking with his own voice, and then he goes to the low one, and you see the video, and it's Kirk Douglas a few years before he died. You know, you got to get the oldest guy to play the devil because devil's old. What I don't like is it's called The Garden of Allah,
Right.
but it's about the devil. Where's Allah? Now, we don't agree that it's Allah because Allah and God to us are not the same thing. But are they saying that the Allah part is bad?
yeah, why isn't it? At least they didn't call it Garden of Eden.
Yeah, right. And supposedly it's about Satan being obsolete,
Okay.
which he's not obsolete.
I just want to say, is Don Henley Muslim?
I don't know what his religion is, but yeah. Okay, so that's The Garden of Allah, number 10. Number 9, Heart of the Matter. You have this at 11. I have it at 10, so we do have it down there low. And again, we mentioned it kind of sounds like the others. Most of the End of the Innocence sounds the same as far as the hits go, the 3 hits. Okay, next one up is The End of the Innocents. How that one actually got above Heart of the Matter to me. I think it's just because it's bland to me. The whole, maybe it's because Bruce Hornsby on the keyboard, right? So you have that all the way up to 5, and I have it at 16. So much I don't like it. Next one up, that was number 8.
Shows our different tastes. That's
Yes,
all
it does. So again, you can look at all our rankings. Twins don't think alike.
I have no idea when I bought that album either. Did that song? That was the first song that came out.
Is it?
Yes. So now, did that song come out? And I'm like, I like it. You go buy it. Or did I wait until they had like 3 hits and then go buy it?
Yeah, if
I
you're
might
smart,
have-
you wait.
There are some, there are some bands that people are just fans of the band, and
They'll
as soon
buy
as
it
the album
regardless.
comes out, they buy it regardless if they heard anything. You're like,
Yeah, I did that for a Christian band, and I'm like, and she went to Susan Ashton,
yeah.
and she went to country. I didn't realize it wasn't a Christian album anymore. It sucked, and I'm like, why did I get that? Okay, number 7. I have this at number 7. You have it at 13. It's the one song from Building the Perfect Beast that you'll never hear or see a video for. Not Enough Love in the World. And,
Yeah, I always liked that when it was on. It's black and white video,
yes.
but
and
you cannot find it on YouTube.
he's just
You can
standing
probably
on the-
find it on the internet.
He's
if
just standing on a stage, right?
But if you type it in the internet, there's probably some place that's maybe, because Don Henley is a really big advocate of not letting anybody play songs where he's not making money off of it. He's just an advocate
Right.
of the musicians making money out of their songs and not having anybody take anything away from that. So he doesn't like when people are like copyright infringement, kind of like
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you can't find it, but I'm saying maybe there's a bootleg video. But
Well,
the thing I liked about it, first of all, it's black and white. He's
Right.
just there singing, but it starts with the camera upside down, doesn't it? And then it moves like if you remember.
Yes, I do remember that. I don't know why it can't be on MTV or on YouTube, because you would think if it was on MTV, they have the rights. You would think. But anyways, I like.
MTV would probably play. They probably have it, but they'll never play it because
They don't play music anymore, even though they're called music television. No, I like the lines in that song though. I'm not easy to live with.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know that is true.
You're no picnic
either.
Yeah, but he has to say this. He has to say,
That's
and
one
it's
of
one of the things I love about you, because if he didn't
Right.
say that, she's like, you're gone.
So that line alone.
No, that was actually a compliment.
So that line, one of the reasons I like that song a lot. Now I like other lines in their songs, but that one sticks out to me. Okay, next one up. The second song from Actual Miles. You have this at number 6. I have it at 11, so it didn't quite make my top 10, but I still like it. And that's You Don't Know Me at All.
Which we just talked about.
All right. Number 5, the third one from The End of the Innocents, Last Worthless Evening. I have this at number 6. You have this at number 10. And I like that one too. You know, we talk about a specific town, I think, where the shades are down.
Yeah, but listen to the line though.
Okay.
This is your last worthless evening. So enjoy it. This evening is worthless. Thanks.
And, you know, it's sort of like Tom Petty. Hey, you're lucky you found me.
Yeah. No, you're lucky I found you.
Oh yeah. Up until now, your life has been worthless. Now you know me, and it's all gonna get better. Okay, number 4. Our second song from Building the Perfect Beast, and that would be All She Wants to Do Is Dance. I have this at number 3. You have it at number 4.
Short list.
It's a
All
short.
she wants to do?
All she wants.
I want to go to sleep sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm really hungry. All I want to do is eat.
Yeah, if you have cats, that's all they want to do is sleep. Next one up, also from Building the Perfect Beast, The Boys of Summer. This is number 3 song. You have it at 3. I have it at 2.
Right.
Okay, I like how it starts. It did to me. It's an unusual song, and you watch that video, and the kid trying to play the drum part.
Looks
too.
like Don Henley a little bit. They
It
probably,
does.
because of his hair.
Yeah.
And they probably tried to find somebody who would look like him.
Doesn't he look like he's struggling to keep tempo though?
And
What do you call that thing that he's using? It's like the thing that fans out on the
I
snare.
don't know what that. I just watched it. I thought they were both drumsticks, but either
They
way,
weren't.
okay, either way, this
Yeah, all the way through.
is boring.
No, but prior to doing that,
Yeah.
it was dun 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 dun, dun bling, and then the
Oh,
guitar
yeah.
is unusual too.
Yeah.
That's not. It'd be neat if that was Joe Walsh, but it's not. All right, next one.
Maybe Don Henley, he plays electric guitar every now and then.
That's true. He does play guitar. We mentioned that during the Eagles time. So. All right, number 2 would be your number 1 song. My number 4 song, "Dirty Laundry."
That's his biggest hit.
That's his biggest hit. I know that, and yeah, he definitely doesn't like the media. Just think, he was talking about.
Did
the
you read
media.
the story?
Yes.
Why he wrote it? They're like, I didn't know that happened.
No, but still.
yeah.
But
We're not gonna,
if,
you can
if
read
you
it if
didn't,
want
but
to
if you didn't know about that story, and he's blasting the media, if you're a regular person, you don't know the story. You're thinking, man, if he thought that about the media back then, what about the media today? I mean, the lyrics would actually be different because it wouldn't be about enjoying. Well, maybe they do enjoy the suffering of people.
They do.
They're the cause of it.
The media, yeah, like I see them all the time. They're happy somebody died. That's not with their opinion. I'm like, why are you celebrating that?
But is it on a local level, or are you talking about the major news?
Major news.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so yes, I understand. I know it's iconic, but it ain't number 2. Still number 2.
This a couple weeks ago, where I work, the song came on, and my supervisor was walking back there, and he goes, "Oh, turn it up!" He walks over and he like cranks it to like 50.
Now, what's funny, you look at the band people playing the instruments, and there's one for sound effects, right? The only sound effects I know in that is at the end when they had the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like every first beat is the phone ringing. That was back when they had the
Rotary.
phones. Okay, and number 1, you can guess. Building the Perfect Beast, number 4 song, Sunset Grill. And yeah, it's one of the slower songs, but man, instrumentally, it is all over the place.
And it's also, I can't say that, but it's, for a hit, I think it's longer than Dirty Laundry.
I think it's over 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Yeah, so that song is probably the longest hit he has, probably a little longer than Dirty Laundry. He said it's over 6 minutes.
Definitely over 6 minutes.
6 minutes, 10 seconds. And it's probably because of the instrumental after he's done
It's
singing.
like the reverse of John Cougar's first song.
Oh, well, I Need a Lover, which is 2 minutes before he's
2 minutes. Yeah, this is after he cuts it off. It goes for an extended period
Yeah,
of
and
time.
again, the instrumentals, like I said, it's probably the
the guitar,
which
and
he plays in the
and horns. Probably synthesizers too. I think Randy Newman again played synthesizers, so it probably goes back.
Not Thomas Dolby? No, that's more.
No. Okay, so yeah, and that's when it comes on, and doesn't it creep up? It starts low. It's almost like show.
It starts
light, and they bring.
It starts with drums.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very good intro.
Yeah.
And talking about
Well, Dirty Laundry starts like.
Yeah. That's true.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So he's got some good intros. Even not enough love in the world. It's that's good to play too. Even though it's a slower, love song. Okay, so that's our list. Sunset Grill's our number 1. And do you agree? Who knows? Because you can't hear any songs on the radio. I don't play but 2. You're like, I agree with number 2 and 3 because I don't know anything else.
Boys of the Summer and Dirty Laundry.
Right.
He had more hits than that?
Who's Don Henley?
Well, I guess, yeah. He had, he had more than Dirty Laundry on the first album. Johnny Can't Read. You remember that one?
That's supposedly
That was a video.
that was supposedly controversial.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Pearl Jam's Jeremy, where it shoots up the room. I don't know. Or no, he didn't shoot up the room. He killed himself in front of the class. That's what it was. Anyways, I don't know if he went there, but it was controversial.
That was
Because it did say he'd take a gun and run away.
Pearl
something.
Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam.
It did.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said that. But
Okay. See, I don't listen to you.
but he did say he got a gun and blown himself away or somebody,
Okay.
and Johnny Can't Read, right? So maybe that's why it was controversial.
Yeah. See, what I do is I listen. I'm like, I have a comment in my head, and I'm waiting for you to just start talking, and I'll say like, "Oh, what'd you just say?"
Okay, so then anyways, we've already revealed our number one, but still talking. So tell us your comments, like, share, do all that good stuff. And already revealed, next week it's Movie King.
Movie King.
That's what he's known at for some reason.
Yeah, which we talked about that.
Way back when Phil
Collins, because he has a lot of
movie. And honestly, movie queen, Madonna, she's been in she has a lot of movie stuff. She's probably movie queen. I never heard that, but why not?
When we say Cuddy Loggins, because we always think of.
Or could it be
Geigers.
Jennifer Lopez? Is she movie queen because she turned into an actress? She's still putting out music. Who knows? Or Blondie. Blondie was also in a lot of it. Yes, I'll stop. All right, so Kenny Loggins next week. Till then, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.